somebody who is not going out on top at the moment. Man, Shannon Sharp has found himself in some trouble, bro.
Um,
Some, a big trouble, man, and the type of trouble that can get you fired. And he
on repeat
hasn't
right
reached he hasn't reached that point yet, but he has stepped down from ESPN. He's no longer going to be on First Take. He's hoping to return and get cleared of all the stuff that's going on with him. But it's unfortunate, man. It's new women coming out or old women coming out and saying some of the same things that the woman that's suing him for $50 million is saying. And it's getting ugly. It's getting to an ugly situation. Man, what do you think about this, man? Like how can somebody that knows they work for ESPN put themselves in this type of situation?
I feel like that's a question I should be asking you. You the one who got a very important. I mean, I have an important job, but you make a lot of money, So I feel like we talk about fumbling the bag or putting the bag in jeopardy. I feel like you're best suited for that, like,
Mm.
and how you're avoiding all the temptations and things in life. But because one, I don't know how you get in a scenario like that. Because I just, as a person, who don't make that type of money, say, man, if I get that money, I would never do something like that. But then again, it's like I really don't know what life is like when you got that type of money and access and can do things. But obviously disappointing to hear, especially with the platform that, Unc was building, with his Club Shay Shay interviews, with his was it After Dark or whatever he does with Ocho.
Nightcap.
Yeah, Nightcap, like, so it's like he was rolling, on top of First Take. Like he was
Apparently had a $100 million deal on the table.
right. You know what I'm saying? So like he was rolling, like he probably was about to start getting in his shack bag, or just being everywhere. So you hate to see it, especially like from another black man, because you root for black people to have that type of success, to be able to make that type of money and get generational wealth for their family and close ones and community. But yeah, man, I certainly felt like if I had his situation and I was in his shoes, I wouldn't have been putting myself in that situation. And Monique was right when she came on Club Shay Shay and she told him, leave them young gals alone. Like, you need to go get you an old girl. Like, she literally told him, you don't need no 26-year-old. You don't need no 36-year-old. He like, I do. And now that little 20-year-old got him in trouble. Like, you should have left her alone. Like, so, but respect to her, what she went through. And, I know it's an open case and we'll see what happens. But man, you don't put yourself in situations like that, man. We talked about it. You got to be, when you're in a situation like that, I feel like you got to be extremely careful who you talking to, like, and who you messing with.
Look, man, I think I do make a good change, a good chunk of change, but I'm on the lower end of that spectrum.
But you're still above the regular
Yeah,
society.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%. But when it comes to Shannon Sharp and the type of money that he has made and still making, and some of the guys that's making even more than him, I think they get into a headspace where it's okay, I'm untouchable. I have a status level that allows me to do whatever I want. As you can kind of tell from some of those interviews where he's no, like I'm gonna do what I need me a young girl. That's what I want. That's what I like. That's what I need. That's what I'm gonna do. And plenty of people along the way tried to warn him. Plenty of people. I'm sure that
I
people
will
that
say
we
I always thought it was weird. Like, not to cut you off, I always thought it was weird being a personality for Disney having that nightcap show and some of the topics that they talked about. Like, cause like I just know if I'm tweeting about something like that or got a podcast talking about my sexual affairs or whatever, like pretty sure my boss will call me in the office on Monday and be like, like, we don't control your name, image, and likeness away, but like in a sense, what you do reflects us, as a whole. So like that was just kind of alarming to me, like that ESPN kind of signed off on all that stuff. Like it was kind of wild.
yeah, well, obviously there was conversations that we aren't privy to, and
Right.
they felt a level of comfort that allowed him to continue to do that. But some of this behind the closed doors transgressions that he never thought was going to come out, they obviously do not agree with any of that. And for Shannon's lawyer to be putting out some of the things that they've put out and the strategy that they're taking, it is just mind-boggling, to say the least. Shannon should know better, man. You have zero in common with somebody that's 30 years younger than you. Not a single thing, bro. Like, how do you even talk to this person on a daily basis? Like, what is their conversations like? Like, well, we saw some of the conversations and it got
Yeah,
weird. It got weird really quickly.
5K each cheek. Said I want this big black baby.
Hey,
So, whoa! I was like,
Shannon, bro, like you gotta know better. First of all, bro, like the girl is a OnlyFans model. Like,
when I
so
saw that, I was
so you so you automatically know that she is about getting this money. Like she wants to use these guys to make money. That's what OnlyFans is about. Use your body to make money.
like,
And she did that on OnlyFans. So for you to sit there and think that she won't try to do the same thing to you,
the thing that's catching me up though right now is like the report out there that he offered her $10 million.
that's a damning piece of information.
Because my thing is, if you innocent and everything was consensual, why are you offering $10 million? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and when I said that to someone else that I was having a conversation with, they said because he got the money, you can just make it go away. I said, but don't you open up the floodgates? Like, if you got given up 10 million, like, and we know you on national TV every day, and you got thousands of viewers on your YouTube daily show, don't you think they gonna want more than $10 million? Like, so I just
100%.
felt like that was the wrong play by him or his attorney, like whoever in his camp. Like, if you're truly innocent, why are we offering money? You know what I'm saying? Like,
It,
that's my stance on that.
exactly, bro. And it was reported that 10 million was almost all of his liquid assets at the time. So that's more than just he got the money and can do it. That's I need to put some of this behind me. But when you open up that type of door, the thing that got me is he brought up Jay-Z and how Tony Busby was on the attack of black men, and he did the same thing to Jay-Z. Jay-Z handled this situation completely different. He not offering up no settlement. He right from the jump, this is a complete lie. Everything is false. They're trying to do this, and that. Shannon, you and your team did something a little different that looks a little like an admission of guilt. So hopefully,
And it's like
man,
the stuff that he released. It wasn't like, dang, you innocent, Unc. Like, it was like, bro, what is y'all doing some kinky stuff? Like, so it's like
like, why are you doing that?
yeah,
Like,
it's like,
what
who
did you think you
knows?
was going to accomplish from that? Like, you look worse than she do. We expect this from a
20
OnlyFans
year
model.
old. Yeah, you expect that from a young girl, but like grown man, like some of the stuff they was talking about, like, right.
Man, you more than grown, sir. Like you're
What Monique say? You need your girls gonna make you some smothered turkey wings. You feel me with some cornbread? Like, you feel me? Like, you need somebody to cook you a meal, make you tired at the crib. Like, I don't need to go work out
he
till.
say he he say grandma made him enough of that. He wants some of that, he wants some of that chicken with no seasoning on
I was
it.
saying, girls ain't even cooking for him. I know they ain't cooking for him. He having to pay for everything. Like, he
Everything.
said it before on one of his interviews. Like, if somebody go out, and do something like, he paid for their car to go there, the date, the food, the drinks, the day car to go home. Like, you spending a lot of money to wine and dine on these girls, man. Like, just settle down. You save a lot of money. Well, sometimes you save some money, when you're not out there tricking and dating and stuff like that. But wow, hate to hear that for Unc, bro. We'll see.
Do better, Unc. Do
Yeah,
better.
yeah, we'll see how everything. Hopefully, who knows? We don't know what happened. I don't want to say nothing about either side in this, but hopefully, he learned from this and he get back on ESPN and where a lot of people want to see him, and he do what he got to do because it's hard to get there. So I'm not actively rooting for a man to be fired, but if he did what the report said he did, then he got to face the repercussions like everybody else who do stuff like that.
100%, man. And I root for Unc, man. I'm a fan of him, and I hope this is a false allegation, and he can beat uh the things that are being put up against him, man. But he got to make better choices, man, and that's what it all boils down to. And if we hear his name and anything else like this, like that's too much of a pattern. That's too much of a pattern.
And you hate to lose a voice like that, but you got to do it. And it's like, I've been there before where it's like, oh yeah, I rock with him, but then they do something wrong. It's like you can't publicly support that person no more. Like that. You gotta fall where your allegiance lies, like with just life in general.
That's the same
You can't.
thing Stephen A. did, man. He that's my dog, but I work for ESPN.
You feel
I
what I'm
work for
saying?
I work for Disney. Disney break it down like that.
You feel what I'm saying? So Stephen A. Smart. I
Yeah,
know he wasn't smart about the LeBron stuff and everything or what happened. That's another story we're not about to dive back into.
nah,
But moving forward, hopefully, best of luck to Shannon and the other party involved, and hopefully they come to a compromise or a resolution, and both parties are able to move forward and put this behind them.